Let's begin with developing news from Japan. There has been a major 7.1 magnitude earthquake. It's hit the nation's southwest on the island of Kyushu, injuring dozens and causing significant damage. We have the moment for you, captured on CCTV cameras when the tremor initially struck the Kumamoto prefecture. It also registered the highest possible level of 7, that is on Japan's own Shindo scale of shaking. The threat of a tsunami has eased, but we are beginning to get a sense of the scale of the damage. And let's show you these pictures. Multiple people trapped inside, we understand, a shopping mall that was damaged during the earthquake. According to witnesses, there was an explosion and smoke came out from the building. We're also getting reports from Japan as well that the mall's second floor has absolutely collapsed. And you can see that this scale of the damage there from these pictures, these aerial pictures that we've just got in. Several buildings have also collapsed. Fires have broken out across the area. The public broadcaster is saying at least 50 people have been taken to hospital. And the force of the earthquake has knocked this train carriage off its tracks. We know at least one company had to suspend its operation. And have a look at these pictures here. Quite remarkable, really. Other infrastructure has been impacted too, including part of the bridge. People are still on the other side of the bridge, which really is remarkable, but some of that collapsed, as you can see the side of it, into the river. The Prime Minister has said that the government is still assessing the extent, though, of the damage right across the region. Officials also say 2 to 3 days from now, there is the possibility of another large quake, and many aftershocks are taking place because of the shallow epicenter of this quake. It was only around 10 kilometres deep. Our Asia correspondent Jake Kwon is monitoring events for us from the region. We can join him now. Jake, what is the latest that we're hearing from Japan?
Well, I think many people in the Kumamoto city area and the island of Kyushu, this is in the southwest of Japan, this is one of the major islands, were reminded of the nightmare that they've experienced 10 years ago when an earthquake hit the island, killing more than 200 people then. And today, a similar scale earthquake hit around 4:27 p.m. when a lot of people were still in their schools or offices, out shopping in a shopping center. And this is a major shopping center, the suburb of south of the Kumamoto city. And yes, we are getting the reports that there were injuries and possible deaths as the second floor of the shopping center had collapsed. And we have heard from the fire department saying that they have seen, they've heard the witness statement of explosion and fire, and they fear that many people inside are still trapped. Earlier, we saw videos of the fire department personnel as well as rescue workers walking into the center, trying to assess damage. And from the pictures, you know, it seems as though the front wall of the shopping center had collapsed. Now, this country, Japan, experiences earthquake quite regularly, but even for them, this is a major earthquake. It was so strong that even people in South Korea, where I am, have felt the tremor. And as you said, what the government is now doing is assessing the level of damage as well as injuries and possible deaths. They said the power line has been cut. There were reports of fires and collapsed buildings. The police have told the public broadcaster NHK earlier that they have had 4 separate reports of people trapped under the rubble. And they have suspended the train services, and they've also had to look into the nuclear power plant in the area because, of course, you know, there was that nightmare of the 2011 Tohoku earthquake. But thankfully, this time, the nuclear power plant says everything is normal. But the Prime Minister Takaichi, she was saying that they have sent an investigation team to assess all the damages, and they have warned the public to keep their eyes on the radio and TV to make sure that they can hear if there's ever an evacuation or take shelter warning.
Jake, I think, as you rightly say, a lot of the focus is going to be on the AL Mall, which we have those pictures of, and you can really see the extent of the damage there and the reports that the second floor has collapsed, that people are trapped inside. So a lot of attention on there. But can I also just ask you, I mean, I'm from New Zealand, there's regular earthquakes there as well. When they're shallow like this one was, there's now surely a real concern that there could be another quake to follow.
First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Rakak Wadash. And double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught us this truth, and to include the elder bishops on down. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Barakatham to the elect whom this gospel is for. And so is your brother Laban once again. And what I'm firstly going to say is, what the fuck is going on in Japan? And so we have the answers, as well as the scriptures reads that we have an unctioning. What is it? 1 John chapter 2 and verse 20, that we know of all things. So now let's read a scripture on this situation here. Luke 21 and verse 11. And as it is written, and a great earthquake shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. And these were the words that Yahushua spake unto the disciples, because they inquired of what? His return. So he broke it down. And it's quite similarly said in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, which is in the Apocrypha. Because what Esau did is Esau took the Apocrypha out of the Bible. So now you got to go to this separate book, which really is all in conjunction realistically. But Esau took out certain books and put it in what he called the Apocrypha, which I believe the Apocrypha, which means to be away hidden. So it was, all of those words were hidden. And that's why you see as Israelites with the red book, which is the Apocrypha. So in that book, the book of 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, which is in the Apocrypha, it actually says that we're going to see what the signs and the ending and the effects. And we're going to know that the Lord will visit the world which he made. I'm roughly paraphrasing. These are going to be signs of the Lord's return. All right. So we're definitely in that time. And yes, we're in the time of judgment, but also we're in the time to remind us all these signs, which is what they are. They're reminding us that Yahushua is on his way. So, I mean, yeah, you can call it weather manipulation that Esau is able to do, as well as that's written right in the Bible now. What is it? The devil, or Satan, is the prince of the air. So he's able to basically do these things and change weather patterns and come up with destroying events, which is going to shock the world or kill people, what have you. So we're all spirits at the end of the day, and we're all going towards the Father's will. So this really was of the Most High anyway. All right. All of this was of the Most High, as well as is written that the Lord, which is the power of our salvation, prolongeth the issues from death. And as it is also written, I kill and I make alive. That's in the book of what is it? 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 7, I believe it is, to verse 8. So yeah. So if something happens to you as a result of your death, and it was, of course, through the doing of a man, it was still the Lord. All right, because the Lord is a omnipotent, all-powerful power. Okay, and it tells you too as well that the Lord's power is in the mind of men, whether it be the king or whether it be to a regular man in his goings. So now I want to move forward and read some more in this. Yes, Luke 21. And what else we can get? I think that's really the point, really. That's really the point. And then we have also flash floods, which have also hit China. And there was an explosion that was had in a particular mall in Japan too, just to include. And even in the States, you have what is it? As you can see over here, deadly flooding strikes West Virginia and Texas as a global climate catastrophe. All right. So there's a lot of weather activity going on. And again, it's just a means to an end of this civilization, of the returning of our anointed, our Savior. Let me say that instead. Isaiah 29 and verse 6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquakes and and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flames of devouring fire. So these people among Ammon were visited of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. Again, nothing happens by random. We notice. And so this is what we're seeing. We're seeing woe after woe after woe. And just to mention too, the Lord is angry with the wicked every day. And that's another reason why we see these judgments. But ultimately, as I would like to say, yet again, it's a reminder to those that are the servants, the prophets, which have received the revelation of all things. It's to remind us that he's about to make his second return. So let me read this as well. Psalm 66 and also verse 5. Come and see the works of the Most High. He is terrible in his doings towards the children of men. Yeah, we've seen how men could be born with major deformities. Strange things can happen to men, whether it's due, phenomenons so-called, the weather, all of the above. I mean, the Most High can get you in a billion and one ways. It don't matter what it is. The Most High can get you, and he can also bless you in a billion ways the same way. All right. Once again, that's why we call him the Most High, because he's the highest power, which has been demonstrated throughout the years, whether in history, whether in the present moment, and as well as will be more so in the future, especially when his son comes back. We're going to see the undying power of the son, of the father. So yeah, that's all I got to say for this as well. I'm keeping this short, to the point, giving all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and his son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. And I'm going to end this off, and I'll catch you on the next one. Shalom.